It is 3 o'clock splitting the difference between the two clocks in front of me.
My mic is working?
The date is January 15th, 2025. We are here for the regular meeting of the Historic Preservation Commission. I've silenced my phone. I'm assuming everybody else will do the same. And I would like to extend, as usual, thanks to Dakota Media Access for televising this and providing the access to this information in these meetings to people at large. Annie, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Zinker, just a note, he did say he was going to be coming to the meeting today.
Okay.
Commissioner Engel? Present. Commissioner Hull?
Here.
Commissioner Swanson?
Here.
Commissioner Nodland? Via Zoom? Commissioner Persley? And Chair Sackerson?
Here. Well, gee, I think that's about the fewest we've had.
Yeah.
Well, our first order of business is approval of the minutes from December.
So moved.
We have a motion from Commissioner Engel. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second from Commissioner Hall. Any discussion, corrections, comments? Hearing none, and I don't see any flapping hands on the screen, so Annie?
Commissioner Engel? Yes. Commissioner Hull?
Yes.
Commissioner Swanson?
Yes.
Commissioner Zinker is not here yet. And Chair Sackerson?
Yes.
And okay, and then
Hey, I hate it when my real job gets in the way of my hobby job.
You need to retire.
From the hobby job, this is your real job.
You can catch your breath now. Commissioner Zenker has entered the room.
I think that's on TV. How we doing today?
we were just doing a vote to approve the meeting minutes from last
Is there-
meeting.
Yes.
Okay. And then,
Chair Sackerson.
yes.
Commissioner Nonland, are you on the?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, Commissioner Nodland,
Yes.
thank you.
I guess now we can call. I think so.
Okay, let's do this again. Yay! Commissioner Zenker,
Yes.
Commissioner Hull,
Yes.
Commissioner Swanson,
Yes.
Commissioner Nodland,
Yes.
Commissioner Engel, yes, and Chair Sackerson.
Yes. Yeah, I think that made that all tidy.
We did
So-
once more feeling.
Yeah, we'll do it with feeling. All right. Do we have the, I guess we go right to the election of officers on the regular agenda. That is A, so I guess we have to do that. Do we know anything about term limits? I looked in the bylaws. Just checking. And I don't believe that there is that. I actually spoke with Lauren at the state, and she said there don't seem to be term limits on most of the other ones in the state for the HPCs.
Chair Sackerson, Commissioners, the term limits, they're kind of following how we do our other boards. So your term limit ends at the end of December, begins in January, and that typically would follow all the other commission board term limits for that. There's no wonkiness, so everyone should be able to be part of the chair or vice chair. They should be
I
eligible
was
for
just
that
trying to
position.
get excluded, that's fine. I get it. All right, well, so what are the wishes for the chair and the vice chair?
I'd nominate Commissioner Engel to be the chairperson.
Second.
we have a nomination
Didn't see that coming, did you?
and nomination from Commissioner Swanson and a second from Commissioner Zenker for Commissioner Engel to be the next chair.
I have to formally accept.
Well, I think we have to, no, that'll just slow it down. You're
You get one vote.
You're able to serve. All right, well, we need to vote on that one separately from the vice chair.
Okay. So for Chair Engel,
Well,
Commissioner Hall.
wait a second.
Or-
So,
Sorry.
are we entertaining other nominations?
Oh,
Or
I guess,
are we?
I guess we can.
Well, I guess because of the experience of our existing chair, I am wondering if that is something that she is interested in continuing to do.
I am quite willing to step aside if it's the wishes of the commission. I have been chair since the beginning, so I think I'm due to slide over.
Okay, just curious.
You handled that, so-
Is that it? Yeah. Is that an on-acceptance speech? Is that what?
I think we can continue with going.
Are there any other nominations?
Hearing none,
Hearing none, I will take a vote for Chair Select Engel. Commissioner Hall.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Swanson.
Yes.
Commissioner Nodland.
Yes.
Commissioner Zenker.
Yes.
And Chair Sacrison.
yes. Now we will,
Congrats.
congratulations.
Thanks all.
We have a new chair and a new commissioner, Matt Hall, so very good beginning of the year. Well, then we need to elect the vice chair. Do we have any desires on that?
I would like to nominate Beth Nodland for vice chair.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Engel and a second from Commissioner Zenker for Commissioner Nodland as the vice chair. Any other nominations? Hearing none.
Guess who can't be a chair?
Okay, for Vice Chair, Commissioner Swanson.
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Engel.
Yes.
Commissioner Hall.
Yes.
Commissioner Zenker.
Yes.
And Chair Sacrison.
Yes. Well, thank you all. That's fun. I get to make motions now. Won't that make your life more interesting? You never know what I'll be up to. All right, thanks, and welcome to the new, I suppose right now I should actually introduce our new commissioner. Matthew Hull is our new commissioner on the HPC. We're happy to have him on board. He's known him for a long time. He's an archaeologist with extensive experience in this region, and I think he'll be a great asset to this commission. He also knows a lot about Section 106 and some of those other things that we come across with such regularity. So, welcome.
Welcome.
Well, on the regular agenda, we have the 2025 Historic Preservation Grant.
This is where you
Fun.
pass the baton.
Do I get to do it now?
You do. What?
Is it right away?
Typically, yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting! Oh, well, go ahead.
Give me your nameplates.
Run it from there. Pull your microphone down so they can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
It's a big deal.
Okay. Apparently, we're going to go to the 2025 Historic Preservation Fund grant application. Lauren?
Congratulations, Chair and Vice Chair. Chair Engel, and Commissioners. As I noted at the previous meeting, the application window for the 2025 Historic Preservation Fund Grant for the North Dakota Certified Local Governments is open. The minimum required match for this grant is 40% of the project total. Matching funds can be it can be cash or in-kind support, so donated labor, which we typically provide as our in-kind match. And that's provided by both the CLG and community that support activities through the grant. The Bismarck Historic Preservation Commission is looking to apply for funding to complete 3 projects which are outlined in the attached grant. And that application draft is within the packet that you have today. The deadline to apply is Friday, February 14th. A timeline of the application submittal is included within the agenda packet. Some changes between last meeting and this meeting were made specifically to Project 2 for the Downtown Historic District Survey. And that was just based on discussion provided by the commission at the last meeting regarding the different donated time for the commissioners for reviewing the written report and the site forms, as well as some notes that Commissioner Nodland made for requirements for survey projects. So that was just updated to be more in line with what is expected for an application for a survey. Staff and commissioners' donated labor rates were also adjusted for 2025, and that was adjusted for the total for the donated labor that staff and commissioners would be providing through this grant. Staff recommends approving the 2025 Historic Preservation Fund Grant application as provided in the packet for you.
Thanks, Lauren. I would welcome a motion.
I can move to approve the 2025 grant application.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Nodland.
And I would second the putting that 2025 budget forward.
Seconded by, not Chair Commissioner Sackerson. That's going to take a while.
You're gonna have to change it in the ringtone.
Any discussion? Hearing none, you're going to call?
Commissioner Swanson,
Yes.
Commissioner Zenker,
Yes.
Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
Commissioner Nodland,
Yes.
Commissioner Sackerson,
Yes.
Chair Engel.
Yes. All right, motion passes. Thank you all. In other business, we'll look at the City of Bismarck Historic Preservation webpage. Is there discussion on that? Not having been prepped for said thing, I don't know. Right? Thank you all for bearing with me here.
Chair Engel, Commissioners, I'm going to stay right at my desk here, but I'm currently sharing my screen so you can kind of see some of the changes, and I'll just take you from our homepage directly to where we're finding it, just so anybody, both yourself or anyone from the public, can find their way to our historic preservation page from the main city website. The overview of this will provide just some information on updates to our website and some new resources that we have. So we'll go through the departments, scroll down all the way to community development, go into the planning over on the side here. And then on the side, you can see there's a little area called historic preservation. You'll click that. And we have our own kind of resource page for anyone from the public who would had any questions or would want some resources. So there's 3 separate areas on the page that are kind of different from what was previously on there. Our first one, staff's been working on kind of transforming the printed tour maps into a digital version. Staff has been contacted from some outside people from the community asking if we had an option here. So this kind of is a great resource to answer their questions and provide that option there. This was based on completely from the printed version. The only difference would be some of the photos that are included in here, as well as a map of the National Register districts. So I'll just show you, you can click this link here, or there's the option to even click this photo here. And it just provides the same information here in a little bit easier format. So it gives the general information for the district, kind of shows the National Register of Historic Districts map. And you can even click on some of the items here and it'll pull up the National Register document. Once you scroll further down, we start getting into some of the additional information. This one is kind of cool. You can kind of see a before and after of the 1898 fire here. And then we get into the walking tour aspect, and you can actually click on the side over here, any of the different stops, depending on where you're at. And then all the different information is provided here. So it'll move you along as you keep scrolling through. Some of these have multiple photos in them. So this one for the Dakota block actually has 2 separate photos of before and after, so people can kind of go through and see the differences. It just provides a different avenue to explore the history and changes in this area. On the top, you kind of have some different information on getting through the map. If you don't really want to go through the walking tour, but you want more of the information on the citizens, you can actually skip right past that information and just get to that information here. And like I said, that all of this is pulled from the current walking tour map. It's just a great different way to present the information to people. Towards the bottom, we have our citations for our sources, as well as where we got the funding for the original map. So it's a very simple thing, extra resources for anyone who would be interested for that.
Thank you, Lauren. That looks really great.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go explore that later on.
The second resource, as we're going through on the website, we do have a National Register of Historic Places map. You kind of saw that in the walking tour, but this one is just focused specifically on there. You can go to any of the districts. It's pulling up the different status, address, what the district is. And if I was able to find a public version of the National Register document, that is also linked here. If there's a specific name for a building, that is also included within this information. And this was also brought on by members of the public asking for information on this. So it brings all that information to one set source. And our nomination form for our Historic Preservation Award is also active right now. It's open till March 30th. So anyone from the public who would be interested in being nominated or nominating a project or talking about public awareness or any education that has happened within the past 3 years, I believe, they would be able to apply. And it just has just some basic information for the nominee, the different award category, the project description and address, just kind of asking them to talk about how it helps with our current historic preservation goals. They can upload additional files on here, so photos of a project site or a publication if that's part of why they're not being nominated. Pretty simple here. So if you have anybody who would be interested, please feel free to send them this way. Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren. That's great. Lots of good stuff. I encourage everybody to go out and check it out. I was going to do a quick update for the plan, the subcommittee for the plan, the HPC plan that we've been working on. We had a really good meeting, and I appreciate Lauren putting out meeting reminders to everyone involved so we actually remember that we're meeting. So that helped. At that time, we discussed several of the different sections of this, and Daniel with the city is so kindly donating some of his time to make it look pretty too, and working on the design of that website. So I think it's going to be really great, and we are making some headway now. So we'll hopefully have something for you in the next few months here to review. It's the rest of the committee. Any other business that I do not know about?
Chair Engel, I do have something.
Commissioner Nolan?
Chair Engel and commissioners, I would personally like to thank former Chair Sackerson for all of the work for years that she's put in and in the founding of the HPC, and just her positiveness that has made the experience very enjoyable, and her perseverance and her expertise that have helped get us to where we are today. And I hope that we can do something to recognize her contributions at our next meeting.
Absolutely. I totally second that. Thank you for all your service. All right. Any other business? Hearing none, we will, I'll call to just adjourn. Is that? And the next meeting is scheduled for February 19th at 3 p.m. here. Thank you all.